There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the infinity chairs. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure. With me, as always, are my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney, RuneKnight, and now apparently Larry. Don't know how that happened, but I'm okay with it. We're also
like the
joined.
Cat that shows up at the house and just stays because you fed it.
Yeah, right. We fed you one time, and here you are. We're also joined in the virtual studio. Will you shut the fuck up and let me do the intro? Thank you. We're also joined in the virtual studio. Fuck you, Rune! We're already off the rails. Also joined in the virtual goddamn studio by Danielle, Dillard Draws, and One Moody. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, doing today?
I'm so glad that I'm not the only fucking person he does that to. God damn it.
This is going to be something special. This may be a new sideline for this whole space on YouTube for people to do stuff like this.
It may be.
Yes.
We will see how this goes and how much we enjoy it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
This will be the best. This will be huge. This will be the hugest episode of the Gospel of Comics.
So, Larry, why don't you tell the people what we're doing today?
So, when you're in a production for theater or television or movies, there's a phase called a table read, where everybody sits around and reads the script of what they're about to perform. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the script for the now aborted Powerpuff Girls live-action TV show pilot.
Thank you. Very succinct. I like it.
They aborted it?
It has been aborted.
They're reworking the whole show because of the leak.
Where Mr. Pedowitz, the producer, and that is his actual name, said, we went too far in some places.
You don't say.
You mean by writing it?
If it hasn't been aborted yet, I think this attempt of ours is gonna make it.
No. It was actually filmed. A pilot based on this script apparently was filmed.
Oh yeah, I mean I've seen pictures where they posted pictures from the filming. Yeah.
You know what this means? This means that like in 10 years it's going to be underground video. It's going to show up on the convention circuit. People are going to watch it and laugh at it.
It's going to be a red letter media review.
I hope this is the only recorded reading of this. Honestly, I hope that they never. I hope that they never leak the actual show. I hope whatever we create here tonight is cemented in history as the only performance of this script ever.
I'm pretty sure by the rules of writing that would make this canon.
Yes,
exactly.
Especially if they copyright claim it.
So
they say it's correct.
We are recording the episode, ladies and gentlemen, for that very purpose. So just to go around the horn and let everybody know who's playing who. There are a lot of bit parts.
We're gonna have our names in the Discord to who we're playing.
I guess
That's
we
a good
can.
idea.
Yes, we can. I make it a point not to change my name that often.
Oh, you can change it back.
I know.
You're just narrating and stuff, so you know.
Yeah.
You could leave
I'm just going to be Church of Narration.
I need to know: is the Church of Failure the physical box of the church located in Townsville?
It is for this episode.
Okay. He's not staying. He's getting out.
So, Bubbles Jones, I like that.
While they never show it, what Church actually is as the narrator is that talking dog from the original series.
Yes. Dillard apparently isn't paying attention. He's not going to change his name. I can change it for him.
Let somebody change mine for me because I'm still unclear of exactly who I'm going as. So.
Well, we'll put you as Sarah. That'll probably be the biggest character.
Wait, can you actually change my name to Professor Utonium?
I will change it to Professor Drake Utonium if you'd like.
How about Professor? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
By the way, you know who played Drake in the pilot?
Yeah, Turk.
Yeah, the same guy who played Turk from Scrubs.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
There you go, you crybaby, Professor Utonium.
So I'm just letting
Can't
you
do
have
this
that.
all on my own.
This is gonna be magic.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do this.
All right, The Powerpuff Girls pilot, written by Diablo Cody and Heather Regner. Network revision, February 9th, 2021. 2003, over a blue sky over a blue sky filled with cotton candy clouds. Once upon a time, in the early 2000s, there were 3 extraordinary sisters who were destined to save the world. Blossom Utonium soars into frame. Blossom can fly and effortlessly, even in the impractical pink dress she wears.
Come on, guys! He's getting away!
Blossom was the leader, the go-getter, the goody-good. Buttercup Utonium flies. Oh, shit. Blossom was the leader, the go-getter, the goody-good. Buttercup Utonium flies up next to her sister. She's a scrappy, scowling tomboy wearing a green dress.
Oh, guys, he's getting away. Please, we always catch him.
Buttercup was the tough one, the hard ass, if you'll pardon the idiom. Buttercup zooms off, the green blur, Bubbles Utonium, in a blue dress, pigtails, and an adorable smile, raises up beside Blossom.
I spy a camera crew. We're going to be on TV tonight. Woo!
Let's focus on finishing the job and protecting our city.
Well, don't forget to smile. Daddy says our image is as important as our efficiency.
She grins, touching her dimples with her index fingers. And Bubbles was the sweet, upbeat, and cheerful one, most of the time. Title, Powerpuff Girls. The 3 girls dip down together, diving towards a marauding 3-headed Pegasus monster. Big as a building, wreaking havoc on the city. We only see it briefly, don't worry.
Out it kicks a beast.
She burst ahead of them, hooking swiftly around the welcome billboard that reads, "The City of Townsville, home of the Powerpuff Girls." The triptych of brief action shots. Buttercup punching. Bubbles stunning it with her ice breath. Blossom tying it up. Townsville cheers them on. The girls take a bow. These exceptional girls were not born, but created by the brilliant Professor Drake Utonium. Professor Utonium's lab. Day, 1996, 7 years earlier. Drake Utonium, a debonair scientist in his 30s, toils in his lab surrounded by mysterious equipment and colorful compounds. There's an explosion of light, red, blue, and green, as new life blooms from a pipette. He'd long dreamed of being a father, but his grandiosity prevented him from pursuing the goal in a usual manner. Drake didn't just want children, he wanted... Drake lifts the tinted lab goggles off his face, astonished.
Phenomena!
Above him, in the magically fogged air, we see the silhouettes of the hovering, newly made 7-year-old Powerpuff Girls. Drake turns his gawky, cowering lab partner, Dr. Joseph Mojo Modell. Mojo clap, though he looks a bit uncertain.
Congratulations! You did it!
Dillard.
I couldn't have done it without you, Mojo.
The Professor Utonium's house, kitchen, evening. The girls, the professor, and the professor's girlfriend, Sarah Bellum, 30s, a redhead with kind eyes, enjoy the cozy, laughter-filled dinner. For years, all was well in the Utonium household. The sisters were best of friends. Drake was a proud papa. His girlfriend Sarah had become like part of the family. Off this warm scene, we cut to First Bank of Townsville. Dusk. A crowd cheering the girls descends on the villain Fuzzy Lumpkins and snatches bags of cats from his clutches. The girls were beloved heroes in Townsville, a city mysteriously besieged by villainous creatures and crooks. Scientists, religious gurus, and conspiracy theorists all had their own explanation for why Townsville was the center of the strange attack, but no one knew for sure. All they knew was the Powerpuff Girls kept them safe. Joseph Mojo Modell's observatory. Same. Reveal Mojo, watching the spectacle on television in his mountaintop observatory. He glares, sick with envy. Dr. Joseph Mojo Modell was not so delighted with the Powerpuff Girls. He resented their celebrity, especially since he'd helped Drake discover Chemical X, the mutagenic substance that gave the girls their powers. But Drake was wrapped up in the limelight, and seemed to have forgotten about the decade-long partnership. Mojo turns off the TV. He walks to the window. He'd hoped to use the chemical to gain powers for himself, powers he'd use for good, like Elon Musk, but also for his personal gain, like Elon Musk. But he would use it. But what use would it be now? Mojo wasn't cute. He didn't have sugar or spice or anything nice. He was just a plain old boring man. As Mojo gazes out the window, we see 3 glittery streaks of color appear in the sky. It's the girls. A boy runs up from behind, nose pressed to the glass. Mojo's son Jojo.
Dad, were those the Powerpuff Girls? I wish I could fly. They are so cool. Especially Blossom.
Mojo stewing. Professor Utonium's house. Day. The girls and Drake watch a live news broadcast. Mojo stands at the podium at a televised rally. The cryon underneath reads, "Concerned scientist holds anti-Powerpuff rally."
I worked with the professor for years. He's power-hungry and duplicitous. He stole Chemical X from me, and I believe he may even be the mastermind behind Townsville's most heinous monsters. How else could the girls stay famous, if not from protecting us? But maybe we should be protected from them.
But we'd never.
He's a sad, bitter man. Don't worry. You're more popular than ever.
Drake was right. The girls had a national fan club, licensed merch, even their own cartoon. But Mojo wasn't their only enemy. They were about to face an evil far more formidable, a force that defeated innumerable gifted children. Puberty. Professor Utonium's house, early morning. Close on a red phone, ringing. 2013. Blossom, now a teenager, is lying in bed. She opens one eye, elbows teenage Buttercup, who is lying next to her. We see an SAT prep book scattered next to Blossom.
Wake up. Red phone.
Buttercup takes out her mouthguard and groans.
I was up till 3 a.m. texting Rachel. She thinks I'm seeing a ghost.
Because you are.
Yeah, but I had to put a lot of work in to convince her that I wouldn't.
Reveal Bubbles passed out on the floor, hungover.
Can someone please answer that thing?
Buttercup flippantly picks it up and slams it back down.
Where were you last night?
We broke into the zoo again. We made the flamingos drink hypnotic.
Blossom has climbed out of bed and is beginning to put her costume on. It's the same dress they wore as little girls.
Come on, guys. Let's just suit up and get this done.
I'm not wearing that dress anymore. That's compulsory heterosexuality.
Take it up with Dad.
Dad freaks out if we do anything off model. He treats us like we're a product he developed.
Why are you so angry at Daddy?
It wasn't our idea that ordained saviors of Townsville.
No, but it's our responsibility. Even if we were tired from test prep, or girl drama, or blue fruit-flavored cognac.
Bubbles dry heaves. Blossom pulls Buttercup's costume out of the hamper. She sniffs and grimaces.
That crystal deodorant does not work.
Professor Utonium's house. Minutes later, Buttercup, Bubbles, and Blossom shuffle out the front door.
Are we fighting Swampy again? Who has the brief?
Drake pops out of the house, followed by Sarah.
The Bubbles. Wait, where are your pigtails? You have to stick to the character Bible.
She's not a character, Drake.
I know. That's why I've allowed her to select 2 outside friends and unlimited after-homeschool activities. Buttercup, I don't appreciate the look on your face right now.
Can you blame her? She's 17 and she's up at the butt crack of dawn to fight a talking swamp.
Sarah, As always, I appreciate your concern for my family, but you are not part of it.
Before the girls can begin to defend Sarah, Blossom pipes up.
Guys, we have to go. Townsville needs us.
Blossom takes off into the sky. The other girls follow suit reluctantly. Sarah stares at Drake, hurt. Dillard.
Come on. I'll make you an omelet while we watch the live feed.
Drake heads inside. Sarah doesn't move.
We've been together for 9 years.
Exclusive. Oh, sorry.
When are you going to let me in here?
Exclusive
Another 9
for
years?
seven-
No,
Never?
Dillard. No, hold on. Dillard missed his line. Go ahead, Dillard.
I said exclusive for 7. Is that my line? Is that not my line?
Yeah,
That's your
yeah.
line. He
Yeah,
got
he
it.
said it. He said it.
Okay.
The retardation waves coming out of the script are
Yeah.
real.
When are you going to let me in here? Another 9 years? Never? I can't
Drake
do this
silence.
anymore, Drake.
City of Townsville. Day. Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup battle Swampy. It's way more effortful than it should be, when suddenly a laser beam grazes Swampy and almost hits Blossom. Reveal. A giant squid robot being operated by Mojo, a lab monkey by his side. Mojo's voice bellows from the megaphone.
The Powerpuff Girls! Don't you see they're behind this? They're putting you all in danger!
In Mojo's observatory, a teenage Jojo co-pilots his father via control panel monitor, holding Blossom action figure.
Dad, easy on Blossom, remember? I got this, Mojo.
Back on, the girls trying to subdue Swampy, as a few anti-Powerpuff protesters gather below. One throws a Slurpee at Buttercup, goes red hot, and flies to the jackass.
Well, honestly, end you.
People cower in fear as Mojo blasts at Blossom again.
Guys, a little help.
We're working on it.
Mojo blasts another laser at Swampy, hitting him in the arm, and the building behind him. Concrete debris rain down. Blossom catches the falling pieces in both arms, looking to her sisters for help. But hungover Bubbles can barely handle the Swampy when Buttercup's fighting with the protesters. Desperate, Blossom kicks the third piece of debris out of the air. It ricochets the lamppost, exploding into fragments. Mojo's robot is riddled with shrapnel and falls to the ground. In Mojo's lab, Jojo is speechless, his eyes water.
Dad!
Above the robot, Blossom sees blood on the inside panel. Blossom and Buttercup join her. Oh, that's a typo. Blossom begins to hyperventilate and having a full-blown panic attack. Newsroom, day. A newscaster sits beside the news banner. A Townsville divided. All right, who's playing the newscaster?
In the wake of Mojo's death, a once fringe group of anti-Powerpuff Girls activists have gained massive popularity in Townsville. Their goal? To banish the Powerpuff Girls.
The news cut to footage of the mayor holding a press conference surrounded by angry anti-Powerpuff protesters.
Dude, the public.
say-
Like multiple people did it.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Error. Due to public safety concerns, the Powerpuff Girls have been outlawed from fighting in Townsville.
The protesters cheer wildly as Professor Utonium's house. Day. Bubbles and Buttercup watch on TV under a blanket together. Moody.
Oh, I'd better check on Blossom.
Professor Utonium's house. Blossom's room. Buttercup enters Blossom's room. The
Can you repeat that? You kind of went a little soft on the mic there.
Bloss?
The bed is empty and made. Empty drawers are open. Gray sky. Day. See a tear-stained Blossom flying as fast as she can through an overcast sky, a suitcase strapped to her back. Utonium's house. Now furious, Buttercup burst angrily out of the front door and is immediately swarmed by news cameras.
Oh, you at fuck Townsville! Get the Powerpuff Girls all done!
End of teaser. Act 1. House. Day. Smoke billows from the first floor of the house. After Blossom ran away to build a new life for herself, Buttercup and Bubbles followed suit. On the second floor, a window opens. Adult Buttercup, wearing firefighter gear, leaps out of the window with a little boy in her arms. They fly down 20 feet and land gently. Enraged by the ignoble end of the Powerpuff Girls, Buttercup sought anonymity. She moved to a small town in Oregon, shortened her name to B, and joined the fire department. Convinced herself that she could be as happy as a happy, normal human hero.
Gee, I thought you guys used ladders.
An ass. I did. Want to see me put the fire out with my magic ice breath?
The little boy nods, excited, as Buttercup inhales. Another firefighter comes around the side of the house with a hose.
Maybe next time.
Hollywood Boulevard, night. Close-up of a license plate. BUBLZ-1 affixed to the baby blue Corvette. Adult Bubbles, still wearing her signature pigtails, pops the trunk. It's full of Powerpuff Girls merch and a price list. Selfies, $20. T-shirts, $30. Selfie and shirt, $45. Bubbles went to Hollywood hoping to capitalize on her childhood fame. After 2 stints in rehab, 3 failed reality show pilots, she had pivoted to direct sales. Bubbles announces herself to a pack of passing tourists.
I'm Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, the real Bubbles, unlike that Bobo knockoff Wonder Woman.
Fake Wonder Woman, who looks really fake, turns and sticks her tongue out at Bubbles as the tourists flock to her. College lecture hall, day. Blossom sits in the lecture hall taking notes. As for Blossom, she attended an elite women's college in the Northeast, collecting degrees to cocoon herself from the harsh sting of the real world. It was effective. She spots a Powerpuff tattoo on the bicep of a classmate. Most of the time. (2021) Blossom's apartment, morning. Blossom joins her adorable boyfriend Clive for breakfast. As Blossom enters, he puts a birthday hat on her head, smiling. After a decade of school, Blossom got the job at a Boston area biotech firm where she met her boyfriend Clive. This morning, they're celebrating her 25th birthday, which is technically tomorrow, but tomorrow Blossom has some out-of-state business to attend to. Ding! A reminder text from Spirit Airline pops up on Blossom's phone. It's time to check in for your flight to Townsville, departing tomorrow, 8 a.m. She shudders.
I don't want to go to Townsville.
Clive rubs her shoulders warmly and pours her coffee. I think this is you, Aaron. You should
Ayrton?
be Clive. Ayrton died.
Hey, after this weekend, you never have to again. Once you sign that document and collect your trust fund, you're free. Besides, you've been so excited to see your sisters after all this time.
Maybe. I waited too long. I've been so MIA. Buttercup and Bubbles talk all the time. Buttercup even went to see Bubbles' one-woman show, Bubbles with a Chance of Bubbles.
Babe, you had a messed up childhood that culminated in a tragic event. It's like your therapist says, you need to get out and make your own way in the world for the sake of your mental health.
I hope I don't have a panic attack while I'm there.
Look, if you do freak out, just do that exercise that Dr. Pat taught you.
Right. Visualize my inner child.
She gazes into the middle distance, where her childhood self magically appears, waving to her reassuringly.
Thank you for being amazing, Clive. I love you.
Ding! Another text, this time from Bubbles, to both Buttercup and Blossom. It says, Happy birthday, Eve, my BBS. See you tomorrow. Blossom, soothed by her conversation with Clive, grins and texts back. Can't wait to see you guys. Period. Seriously. Period. After a beat, Buttercup text, me 3.
It's going to be super fun.
Government building to establish day.
Damn it, what the hell, Gina?
Mayor's office day. Jojo, also now in his 20s, sits at a well-appointed office. A plaque on his desk reads, Jojo Modell, Mayor of Towns. That's another typo. Their last name is Mondell. He reads through
No, it was Mondell earlier, now it's Modell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He got a legal name change, you see?
Okay. He thought reads through the report on his front of his... Yeah. in front of his secretary, Gina, with a pet monkey sitting on the desk.
I think Sarah should
This
be
is-
Gina.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, Sarah, you
Danielle.
need to be Gianna.
Okay.
This is just the-
Sorry, go
Who's
ahead,
being
Sarah.
Gina?
Wait.
Okay.
Danielle.
This is just
Danielle
the
can be
initial
Gina.
polling data. You've got time to pull ahead.
Unlike the prodigal Powerpuff Girl, Mojo's son Jojo stayed in Townsville. Indeed, his dedication to the city has carried him all the way to public office. He was the youngest person ever elected mayor of Townsville. Unfortunately for him, the second term looks unlikely.
I've promised on everything I promised, except free Gelato Fridays, and that's only because the perfect scoop turned out to be a front for meth trafficking. Lisa Lawrence has no experience. She's impulsive and reactionary.
He's exciting.
You mean she's not a white man? You know, you hear about reverse discrimination, but until it happens to you, no offense, you totally earned your position. Optics don't hurt, though.
Okay.
There is one thing people love more than virtue signaling, Gina.
Frozen desserts of Italian origin?
No. Security, safety. Oh, I can provide that.
Jojo feeds his monkey a treat.
With all due respect, Mr. Mayor, Townsville is a cane-colored bubble of privilege and comfort. Ever since the creature attack stopped, we're one of America's safest cities. I don't think people are voting from a place of fear.
What about my pet monkey? That was a meaningful in the last election.
Post Harambe, no one cares anymore.
I need to read through all of this. Go ahead and knock up for lunch.
One more thing. The Powerpuff Girls are coming to town tomorrow.
The color drains from Jojo's face. He's shaking.
Tomorrow? All three?
Just for the weekend. The Gazette called asking for comment.
Well, Frank, I said no comment. That will be all.
Gina nods, exits as Jojo mulls us over. His monkey screeches. He gives Jojo an idea. He picks up his cell, pulls up a contact, short stack, hesitates for a moment, then dials.
I need you.
Townsville Airport, curb, Uber pickup. Buttercup waits with her duffel. We see Bubbles with her suite and luggage in line for an Uber. She's accompanied by a middle-aged guy with a camera. She spots Buttercup heading over.
Here, she comes. Start filming. Buttercup, happy birthday, bitch.
They hug happily until Buttercup notices the cameraman.
What's with Almeida's over there? Does he work for Bravo?
No, I'm making a tasteful doc about my comeback/solo career, which starts with capturing our reunion, which is kind of a big D. Oh, and this is my manager, Ace.
Hey.
Wait, when you mean reunion, just to be clear, you mean like our personal union? Because I'm not.
You're not interested in a reteam or a reboot of the Powerpuff Girls? I know. Even though America would go rip shit bonkers for it.
They would.
You hadn't changed at all.
Gotta stick to the character Bible.
They smirk, but the looks they exchange are poignant. Car, day. Bubbles, Buttercup, and Ace ride in the back of an Uber. They pass the old "Welcome to Townsville" billboard, which now says Jojo Mondale, Mayor, with a smiling photo of Jojo.
So Mojo's son is the mayor now?
Remember what a huge crush he had on Blossom? Weird kid. Hey, you know, we should go see while we're here. Sarah. She was always so great to us.
Dad blew that one.
Yeah, and now he just dates rando beaker bunnies and science hoes.
Buttercup looks out from the window and sees Townsville Gifts, a shop still selling Powerpuff Girl souvenirs.
Look, they ejected us from the hawking out of merch. Pathetic.
We put this town on the map, like the aliens in Roswell.
Or the witches in Salem.
The car turns to their childhood street.
Can't believe Blossom is coming. She'd been a total ghost aside for the obligatory holiday text.
Still you.
Yeah, it's probably only because Dad made it mandatory for us to be here IRL to access the trust. So, what you gonna do with the money? Buy a little cabin, rescue a few snoodles or doodles? I'm not total cliche. I'm gonna have chickens too.
Suddenly, they look out the window, alarmed.
What the fuzzy lumpkins?
We see a mob of people gathered near the Powerpuff Girls childhood house. Some are the press, some carry signs that say things like, "No violence in Townsville, a scant few are fans."
Oh.
That alerted the press.
Professor Utonium's house, day. The sisters get out of the Uber. A small crowd surrounds them, yelling questions. Are you here to start trouble?
The Powerpuff Girls reteaming?
Hell no. I'm not captain for Townsville again. I'm here to collect a debt, and then I'm out.
Throttle down, Boo. Your chemical X is showing. Who's this?
We reveal a cute little girl standing in the front door.
Wants to be the small little girl.
I'll be the
I
small.
think Church needs to do.
I'll be the small little girl. Hello, I'm Henrietta. I'm a huge fan. Blossom is my favorite. All of you are feminist icons.
Thank you, cutie.
Can I have a hug? Bubbles leans down and hugs Henrietta. Buttercup notices a large furry caterpillar on Henrietta's shoulder, arcing up toward Bubbles' ear. She instinctively swats the caterpillar into the bushes. Henrietta burst into tears with a full panic. What was that, Larry?
My Discord bugged out. Where are we at?
Page 19.
Page 18. Well, page 18 of the script.
Yeah.
That was my pet Gloria. Buttercup then begins to mumble an apology as,
Daddy!
Girls!
I gotta. Okay, never mind. My 4-year-old's getting upset. Camera shutters click. Camera shutter clicks as Drake opens the door to greet his daughters. Bubbles hugs him. Ace films.
Girls!
Buttercup strides past Drake inside the house. Utonium's house. As Drake shuts the door behind Buttercup and Bubbles.
Dad, why do you call the press? Blossom's gonna freak out. Last thing we need is another crack in the bell jar.
Blossom's fine. I saw her Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got a promotion. And I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences.
I'm back here is probably triggering for her.
Why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean, MoveOn.org.
Then we hear a chair squeak. It's Blossom, sitting at the kitchen table. Awkward. Ace turns to Drake, extends his hand.
I'm Ace, Virgo Management.
Drake shakes his hand as Blossom rises to greet her sisters.
Come here.
Buttercup and Bubbles come in for a long, strong group hug. Drake watches them pleased. Then he turns to Ace, who has temporarily lowered his camera to observe the reunion.
Are you getting this?
Powerpuff Girls home. Night. Sisters sit on one side of the dinner table, Drake on the other. The room is full of birthday balloons. Ace films.
I can't believe you girls are 25. Wow! The 3 Bs back in Townsville. It'll be nice to catch up, huh?
Blossom is looking at the red phone on display in a glass case like a museum piece. She start downing a glass of wine.
Yeah, it'll be nice to collect the money from we sold our childhoods for. Where do we sign?
Oh, you loved being the Powerpuff Girl.
It's not like we had a choice.
Plus, you loved it. You were always the first out the door when the alarm went off.
Yes, the alarm. I'm sure there's no use for it now that the scariest thing in Townsville is Hobby Lobby.
Actually, I didn't want to bring this up yet, but I have reason to believe that a darkness may be returning.
Dad, you don't mean like...
Monsters.
Blossom begins to hyperventilate. It's a panic attack.
I think the city may need the Powerpuff Girls again.
Blossom losing consciousness.
Boss?
Henrietta's lair, night. Okay, somebody else is gonna have to play Henrietta. I can't.
I'll play Henrietta.
Oh, she's the villain.
In an apartment, we see Henrietta seated at the child's side desk. She repairs the woolly bear caterpillar. She saw Buttercup swat away earlier. The caterpillar is a robot. Reveal there are hundreds of robot pillars crawling around the room. Henrietta cranks the volume of her record player.
Hey, turn that down!
Sorry, Mr. Carruthers.
Henrietta pushes one of the woolly bears through the wall vent. Apartment directly below, night. Mr. Carruthers, Henrietta's neighbor, 50s, watches UFC on his couch. The woolly bear emerges from the vent and traverses across the couch cushion before crawling into his ear. Mr. Carruthers shakes his head at first, then quickly settles into a new normal, a strange yellow glint in his eyes. Glowworm continues to play faintly as we... End of Act 1. Powerpuff Girls home, kitchen, night. Blossom's out cold. Buttercup and Bubbles hover over her.
Boss, wake up! Or we're gonna leak your nudes everywhere. That
Bubbles
worked on
nods.
you once.
Bubbles nods, remembering, then thinks. Closes her eyes.
Grew up in a small town, and when the rain would fall down, I just stare out my window.
Please, not breakaway.
That's working!
Dreaming of what could have been, and if I'd end up happy, I would pray I would break away.
Okay, I'm up.
Too late.
I'll learn
I'll
to spread my
spread
wings.
my wings.
I'll
I'll
learn to
learn
fly.
to fly. I'll
And
do what
it takes
takes
till I
the Dutch sky.
That was the best. The girls are interrupted by the Monster Mash playing downstairs, off their confusion. Powerpuff Girls home, Drake's lab, night. The sisters find Drake dancing in front of a PowerPoint, eating a Go-Gurt. He accidentally drips some on his shirt.
Sorry, girls, I have this condition where if I see someone faint, I faint. So I had to grab some sugar. Now, look at that. Take a seat, please. I made coca.
Bubbles happily sits. Buttercup and Blossom take a beat.
Damn.
Do love that cocoa.
And I love family time.
Drake shuts the door with the remote and the girls sit. On the PowerPoint, a graph with various squiggly lines.
Now, as you girls may or may not know, I've been monitoring supernatural evil activity here in Townsville ever since you left. Mostly, it's a lot of dead ends and conspiracy, as until this morning, I saw this.
Drake pulls up a picture of a missing kitten, posted on next door. Blossom squint. Buttercup rolls her eyes.
So cute. I want it in a frame.
Oh, sorry, wrong thread. Bear with me.
Types for a moment.
Here we are.
Drake pulls up to another next door thread titled, "Is anyone else's internet fucked?" with several complaints below.
Yeah, this makes a lot more sense.
My dear Buttercup, it's not the what, but the why. See, I investigated at the providers, not to blame. There's no explanation for why this cluster of people in a 2-block radius doesn't have working internet, except for a mysterious, unusual concentration of high-frequency technology nearby, suggesting evidence of a secret evil laboratory.
Bubbles gasp with excitement. Buttercup rolls her eyes.
That might be scary if you didn't say it like a cruise ship, MC.
The reach of the outrage suggests some pretty heavy-duty tech, so I don't want to get too close. Demand, or should I say, undergirled.
You shouldn't.
So you want us to go see if there's an evil lab based on a thread from next door about spotty internet.
Hmm?
And you're sure this evidence isn't gonna something you stage in order to drum up a comeback for us?
Honey, you think I would lie to you?
Yeah, you lie all the time.
Remember when you let that colossal gopher out during sweeps?
It was one time. We were in a ratings hole.
We ended up in a litter hole created by a giant gopher who tried to kill us with a tree trunk.
That was good TV.
Oh well, I'm gonna pass.
Same.
Drake points. Drake pouts. Bubble stands up, turns to her sisters.
Guys, how can you turn down an evil recon mission? Especially when said Mish would make a perfect storyline for my documentary. Bubbles is back.
Not to be confused with your other film, Bubbles on Her Back.
Come on! It'll be fun. Plus, we haven't hung out in like a decade. I really miss you guys. Please?
Buttercup's warmed by this sentiment, but plays it cool.
We do have today to kill before we get our monies. Maybe there'll be something for me to beat up.
Totally. Blossom, evil recon Mish.
The sisters look to Blossom. She looks away, ashamed.
I think I'm just gonna take a nap.
Buttercup rolls her eyes. Bubbles takes a deep breath.
Grew up in a small town.
Forget it, Bubs. Just let her have a boing phone sex with her pasty boyfriend.
Girls, don't fight. How about Buttercup goes with Bubbles and Blossom stays with me? We haven't had any QT since you got home.
Blossom shuts her eyes, takes a deep breath, and she opens them. She sees young Blossom examining chemicals in the background.
You can do this. It's just Dad.
Blossom eyes the Go-Gurt stain on Drake's shirt. Cut to Blossom's rental car. Blossom drives. Buttercup's in front, Bubbles in the back, with Ace, examining Drake's stats on an iPad while Ace films.
Okay, so this potential evil lab Dad found is somewhere between Donut Thing and the volcano. Oh, that is interesting.
No, it's not. No one cares.
The volcano's owned by the Rowdy Rough Boys, 3 brothers who were a failed spin-off version of us.
Except they had no superpowers, and they all Lou Permund.
If the Rowdy Rough Boys have turned evil in hopes of rebooting their franchise, we will stop them. Then maybe Townsville will want us back.
Blossom exhales deeply. Buttercup turns toward Bubbles.
Bubba, let me tell you one thing. When we got outlawed by Townsville for accidentally killing a madman, and then unceremoniously ditched by Blossom, I was pissed.
Blossom shifted in her seat, guilty and annoyed at the dig.
But it forced me to reevaluate my life, and I realized how exhausted I was defending myself against misogynistic morons and pretending I was straight for the cameras. It was fun when it was about fighting baddies, but it changed.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, do you guys think JoJo would do an interview for my doc?
You know, I don't think he would because of that whole "we killed his dad" thing.
Plus, maybe you can ask for me. I bet he's still obsessed with you.
He was never obsessed with me.
Yeah, he was. I bet he still is, but in a kinky, angry way. Ooh, that's a good space.
The volcano, day. An Americana dive bar. Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles, Ace enter to find the volcano popping. A picture of the Rowdy Rough Boys, Brick, Boomer, and Butch hangs on the wall.
Butch!
Butch, now a super hot bartender, gives Buttercup and Blossom big hugs. Butch gets to Bubbles and then frowns. Standoffish.
Where's my house?
Last time I saw you, you broke off our engagement and told me you pawned the ring for drugs.
What? Was that you?
Buttercup elbows her.
Have a drink with us? We're never here, and we never will be again.
Okay, one shot.
O'Doul's for me, please. And thank you.
Butch leaves to grab them drinks. Buttercup makes eyes with the hot girl across the bar, Macy.
Aren't we here to investigate?
I'm here to pick up a bi-curious townies. You're here to avoid Drake. Bubbles is here to investigate, but she forgot Butch hates her. Luckily, we're dealing with another hate boner, so alcohol helps.
Why do you know so much about hate boners?
Life is one big hate boner.
Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles throw back their shots.
Remember our 15th birthday at that weird honky tonk?
Bubbles peed herself. You threw Carrot Top out a window, and Sarah picked us up at 3 a.m. We never told Dad.
I can't believe they used to have sex. Can you imagine Drake? I bet he's so mechanical.
And weirdly precise.
I bet he's generous.
Blossom and Buttercup throw napkins and trash at Bubbles.
No!
No, Phil, not okay.
All the sisters crack up. By the bar, the sisters kick back another round of shots. Bubbles flirts with Butch, who's softened considerably. Bubbles nods the door marked "Do Not Enter."
Hey, what's in there?
Top secret.
Like an evil laboratory?
Butch laughs it off. Bubbles eyes the room, dying to get in. The other end of the bar, Blossom waits for a drink, watching Bitmoji from Clive. Call me! Love you! Blossom smiles, puts her phone away, then notices a young Blossom on a bar stool beside her, sucking down a Go-Gurt.
Admit it, you're having fun. You always have fun when you're with them.
Blossom takes into her surroundings, her sister. She is having fun. As Blossom savors the moment.
Can I buy you a drink?
Young Blossom disappears. Blossom turns to find Henrietta's neighbor, Carruthers. Blossom smiles and tries to leave, but Carruthers pushes a stool in front of her with a loud scrape.
I said, can I buy you a drink?
Buttercup notices Carruthers stepping up to Blossom, as Blossom clocks the faint yellow glint in his eyes.
What's going on here?
Carruthers turns to Buttercup, then looks back to Blossom.
Aren't you the Powerpuff Girls? Powerpuff. No D, like you.
Carruthers grabs Blossom's arm. Blossom's eyes go wide.
Oh no.
On Bubbles, making out with Butch against the wall, trying to inch her way closer to the Do Not Enter room, just as Carruthers sails across the room, bursting through the Do Not Enter door. Bubbles peeks her head inside. It's a surplus closet filled with storage and pesticides. Volcano, night. Buttercup, Blossom, and Ace walk out. Butch physically carries out a flailing Bubbles.
Stop! I am an American treasure!
Butch leaves. Bubbles hisses at him and turns to Buttercup.
Dude, not cool!
What? He was a creep, and Blossy was full deer on headlights.
His eyes had a weird glint. I was trying to suss it out.
What's there to suss out? He botched cataract surgery?
Why do you keep coming at me? I get it. I screwed up.
No, Bubbles screwed up, like constantly. You left.
I'm sorry, okay? What more do you want from me?
I want the old Blossom.
Buttercup becomes emotional. Bubbles nods to Ace to film.
You used to boss us around and have a perspective and care. You were our leader. And now you're this weak, closed off, mopey.
Loser!
You know what I think? I think I'm the only one here that actually grew up, and neither of you can handle it. Because you're still beating people up in bars like you did when we were 15, and Bubbles is wearing knee-high socks on Hollywood Boulevard. Bubbles, stop filming.
Buttercup charges Bubbles, and Ace gets them to shut the camera off. Bubbles steps to her, protecting the camera.
Stop whoring out our lives!
You guys bungled the investigation. Your dysfunction is all I have.
As Bubbles and Buttercup circle each other, Blossom notices a Raider scooter charging station across the street. Blossom grabs an iPad from the car and checks Drake's numbers.
Hey, guys?
Bubbles' eyes go frosty as she drops into her ice breath mode.
Ice me and you're going in the dumpster.
Guys! I
They look
think
at her.
this is the unusual concentration of high-frequency technology Drake was talking about.
Blossom points to the Razor scooters. Buttercup laughs.
Oh my god. See, Bubs? He's a sad, lonely quack. Let's go.
Buttercup heads to the car. Bubbles sighs, looks to Ace.
Let's get some B-roll, I guess.
Bubbles looks over Ace's shoulder as he films the charging station at the base of the apartment complex. 3 floors up, where you see a figure watching Bubbles and Ace from their window. Enter Henrietta's lair, night. Reveal Henrietta watching them leave. Her evil lair is directly above the charging station, and is the source of the energy that Drake identified. Henrietta turns back inside, surprised to find Jojo sitting in an armchair.
Do you break into the homes of all the little girls you hire to do your evil bidding?
Jojo notices the woolly bear on his arm, flicks it off.
Yes, the ones who've murdered their parents. Less red tape. How's progress?
You know, ups and downs.
Jojo eyes Henrietta, less than thrilled with her response.
The Powerpuff Girls have collected their trust fund in 12 hours. That's how long you have to put 3 of these little bugs into their brains so I can control their minds and make them throw their school bus of kids into a river.
And save the day, cementing your re-election. I know the playbook, Joge, and I love it, aside of the saving the kids part. But I just sent my boy Carruthers on the mission, and it was no bueno.
Reveal Carruthers on Henrietta's couch, looking beat up.
The mission was to try to get the bug in Blossom's ear, but instead we started a fight with Buttercup. Didn't we? Didn't we? I need to do more testing.
You have 12 hours, or I make you eat every single one of these bugs, turn you into the FBI, and you become the youngest person to ever be executed in America. Got it?
Henrietta's speechless, but clearly gets the message. Jojo heads for the door, tripping on a pair of shoes. He fears he looks stupid. He does. So he calls out angrily behind.
12 hours!
Powerpuff Girls home. Drake's lab. Bubbles films Drake as they dig deeper into Drake's theory.
Oh, I don't see how I could be wrong. The evidence doesn't lie.
Blossom enters, quietly helping herself to coffee.
No, but sometimes people do.
Oh, why would I lie about something like this?
Because you want us to reunite Dad, and you know that's appealing to my sense of responsibility with the town is in danger thing is the only way to get me on board.
Oh, speaking of dangerous, this crazy dude came for Bloss and Buttercup at the volcano. He had Scorpio energy. Chaotic. We got it on tape. Want to see it?
We hear a loud bump upstairs. Blossom jumps. Pop flash to Carruthers scraping the stool, his menacing yellow eyes. Back to Blossom.
What was that?
As Bubbles pulls up the footage, Blossom silently exits. Drake watches her leave and turns to Bubbles.
What did I do to drive her away?
Just now we're in a macro sense.
Bubbles, not a day goes by that I don't regret my greatest failure.
Japan is a tough market to crack.
I'm not talking about the brand. I mean my mistakes as a father.
Look, we love being the Powerpuff Girls. Sometimes we wanted to do other things too, like in Dirty Dancing. Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut, and her dad didn't get it.
Oh, Jerry Oldback was doing his best to understand.
Powerpuff Girls home, hallway, Buttercup's room. Blossom heads upstairs to see where the bumping sound continues from. Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy. The woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're done, right?
I'd say 6 times is enough.
Bubbles and Drake enter on Blossom's heels.
Guys, no.
It's fine. Look, I'm not remotely ashamed. I'm just getting my life, people. And tonight, I finally get to access my trust, and I never have to come back to Clownsville again.
What about me?
You should come with me. 3-acre farms and chickens.
U-Haul.
Why are you acting like being here is torture? I didn't raise you like this.
Exactly. You didn't raise us to be a franchise. You raised us to be a franchise, not a family. We don't know how to be together without a shot list and suggested dialogue.
But remember how much fun we had when the cameras were off?
Where were they off?
The Ace filming in the hallway. Blossom rolls her eyes.
When you're a kid, the stakes are supposed to be low. A kid should be worried about losing their lunch money or being picked last in PE. A kid shouldn't be worried about cat burglars or giant lizards or accidentally farting on TRL.
Carson handled that well.
There's always something scary around the corner. It wasn't normal. We never had space to process it. You said you created us because you always wanted to be a dad, so why not just make 3 little girls?
Well, that would be kind of weird.
Blossom
Who's doing
shakes her
Macy?
head. No, Blossom shakes her head, frustrated with Drake's response.
I'm late for my acro yoga. It's kind of like flying.
Oh, that's fun. Call me.
I'm out of here.
Right. You spent a total of 10 minutes with us, and you're already a ghost. Where are you going?
I need to talk to a human being who understands emotions.
I am a known Homo sapien.
Sarah Bellum's house. Day. A charming bungalow. Blossom rings the doorbell. Sarah Bellum, now an attractive redhead in her 40s, answers the door.
Lassie, I didn't think you'd actually come.
Hey, Sarah.
Blossom meets Sarah for a hug.
You still wear the same perfume.
Britney Spears
Spears
Circus
Circus Fantasy.
Blossom and Sarah sit in the cozy den, drink tea, catch up. Sarah's demeanor is warm. She's an earthly big sister type.
You know, I was hoping to see all of you. Are my other bees just busy?
No, I just really needed to talk to someone one-on-one. When we're together, it's just like when we're kids and it gets...
Emotional. Yeah, I get it. You girls had a gnarly childhood. I used to fight with your dad about how much was expected of you.
He always stood up for us. It's why I reply to your texts and not his.
Drake really does care deeply about you guys. He just didn't want you to hide your light. He thought pushing you was a form of love.
It didn't feel like it, and we were punished for his dream.
It was your dream too. All 3 of you loved it. You just didn't have any agency or independence. That was his mistake. He's not a bad guy, Bloss. He can be enraging and oblivious. Trust me, I dated the man for 9 years. But he has a good heart. When he talked to me about you guys in private, it wasn't about fighting or flying. It was all about the real. It was all about the real stuff he loved about you.
Really? It kind of sounds like you still love him.
Sarah blushes, and the tea kettle goes off. She gets up to fetch it as Blossom looks at her phone, thinks, and types a text. Powerpuff Girls' home kitchen. Day. The Bubbles and Drake sit at the kitchen table, still reviewing the footage. They both wear sheet masks and are both flustered.
Okay.
Now, real quick,
Maybe
before we
everyone's in
hold
their
on,
works.
Ayrton, before we read this, I just have to say that as I was reading the script earlier, I just envisioned them in clan hoods.
Yeah. Wasn't alone there. It's good to know.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. Maybe everyone's internet works, but they are hallucinating. That it doesn't be because of something in the water, or like,
Aliens.
wait,
On the footage, Bubble spots Henrietta at the window.
that's the same little girl we met in front of the house. Coincidence?
Yeah, maybe we should look into her.
She's like 10.
So are you. Back when many a villain made the mistake of underestimating my girls.
Drake's phone buzzes with the text. It's from Blossom. Very surprised, Drake opens it and smiles.
Sister texted me. She said if we're still investigating, to look out for the barfly's yellow eyes.
Look at that progress.
Maybe I can come back from this after all.
You know, once I get my money today, we can use part of my cut to go deeper with our investigation.
Right.
That's you, Church.
Oh no, Drake went ahead, but Drake looked guilty at the mention of the money.
Yeah.
Now
So
Bubbles.
back to Bubbles.
I have to rinse. Gotta look fresh for the trust fund meeting.
Bubbles skips out. Drake keeps looking at Henrietta's footage. Her face is stormy, mysterious, possibly evil. Henrietta's lair. Henrietta, surrounded by MPs of monster energy, builds more woolly bears. Jojo bursts in, impatient. Time's up, Henny.
Time is up, Henny.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
They're not ready.
I don't care. Show me what you've got. The main event.
Henrietta pulls out a box and opens the lid, revealing 3 special woolly bears. 1 blue, 1 pink, 1 green. Henrietta.
These are designed specifically to target them and inset their minds. Blue for...
Yeah, got it.
Jojo snatches the box from Henrietta, opens the window, and lets the woolly bears crawl out. Powerpuff Girls home, Bubbles' bathroom. An upbeat Bubbles gets ready. Makeup and accessories are scattered all over the vanity. The blue woolly bear appears in her windowsill. Bubbles pulls out a blue beanie that covers her ears, and the holes in the pigtails emerge. The woolly bear looks perplexed.
That's cute. Ski buddy mood.
Powerpuff Girls home, driveway. As Blossom approaches the house, she notices the pink woolly bear crawling up her arm. She frowns, picks it off, and places it on a leaf. The woolly bear falls off the leaf and into a puddle where it short circuits. Powerpuff Girls kitchen. Buttercup is about to take a sip of black coffee when she sees the green woolly bear coiled up around the cup. She yelps, flicks it down the drain, and turns on the garbage disposal. Powerpuff Girls living room. Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup sit on the couch across from the attorney, Larry, as Drake stands anxiously in the corner. Larry is a typical cheap TV lawyer type. He organizes papers from a briefcase. Ace films. Everyone sits in silence.
Haven't I seen you on a bus bench?
I suppose we're both famous. So we're looking at about 5 apiece, right, Drake?
Drake watches the girls. Bubbles pulls up her beanie from her ears, hoping she heard correctly. We see the blue woolly bear crawling along the couch, headed for Bubbles' ear canal.
5 million?
No way. 500,000? I mean, that feels low, but
5,000.
I'm sorry, what?
Look, this isn't easy for me to say. I saw how hard you girls worked, how brave you were in all those battles, and I wanted to maximize your earnings, so I made some investments.
what did you invest in, Dad?
Well, some real estate in 2008, and then, fidget spinners. Have you guys heard of cronuts?
The money's gone? And you knew about it? Why did you make us come out here?
Because I miss you, and I love you.
So the evil lab thing was a lie.
No, I truly believe disaster is imminent.
You're mentally ill. This is why I do not call or visit.
She picks up a vase. Drake instinctively ducks and cowers.
I'm sorry, Buttercup.
Buttercup hauls off with the vase as if to throw it when a chair crashes through the window. Reveal Bubbles. Hulk-level Furious is the one that threw the chair.
What about me?
As she angrily gesticulates, he unwittingly flings off the woolly bear. Larry drops the briefcase and runs. The woolly bear heads for Bubbles again, crawling up her leg.
I always believed in you and defended you, Dad, even when you sold away our likeness to the cartoon, which, by the way, totally whitewashed us. Even then, I had your back. I always had a smile on my face. I never broke character, even though there was so much more to me. I always put my family and the team first, no matter what.
Sweetie.
Drake tries to stop Bubbles as she heads for the jagged hole where the window used to be. Drake puts his hand on her arm.
I'm out of here. It's relapse time.
It's one of the best lines in the whole script. The woolly bear crawls from Bubbles onto Drake, and in his ear, Bubbles flies out the window, a blue streak in the sky. Buttercup glares at Drake and flies after her.
You stole my childhood. Because of you, I killed Mojo and it ruined my life. Do you even care?
Drake is silent. We see a moment of a yellow glint in his eye, but Blossom doesn't see it.
Cool. Got it. I never want to see you again.
She exits as we end Act 3. Close
Can
up
we
of a
do an
man's
intermission?
mouth.
My fucking diaphragm is killing me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty hard on you there, bro.
Holy shit.
I'm out of here.
Go get a
It's
glass of water
relapse
or
time.
something.
I have a glass of water. Oh,
I told
Holy
you it was going to hurt.
I still think
So-
relapse time is
no,
the
my
best.
throat's actually okay. It's literally my diaphragm hurts from having to
No,
force air like in an awkward way to do that.
No, that is solidly a meme-worthy phrase. It's relapse time needs to be like someone's catchphrase.
No, I just need to rework. I need to rework the "It's Miller Time" logo and make it "It's relapse time."
It's relapse
Wait a
time.
minute. Wait, no, that is somebody's catchphrase. That's Robert Downey Jr.'s catchphrase.
No, I was gonna say if you really wanted to be dark, you could just make stickers of that and post it outside of Narcotics Anonymous meetings.
Oof. Oof.
Ooh. Don't tempt me.
I swear I will have this picture by the end of this reading.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
grab
jeez.
another beer. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I was doing my due diligence. Larry knows I was doing a pre-reading on this. And it was painful, as stated. It hurt my brain. It is much like a bad movie, much easier to handle with other people.
Oh yeah. Reading it earlier
Holy
was
shit.
kind of the worst.
Holy shit!
What?
All right, Church. Ayrton, you feeling better to do some less extreme lines here?
He's getting a beer. He'll probably be fine by the time he comes back.
Uh,
What is it?
No, I think this script is great. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, imagine that. No, I laughed so hard that I made myself fucking dizzy.
Okay. Good lord.
You saw a few spots there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we need Ayrton to be back so we can start again. So.
Like yet again, man, it's that consistent thing of like, with how bad this is, I can actually see where they almost were aiming for something good, and it's like this would have worked if like it hadn't been the Powerpuff Girls, you know, just not at all.
Anything but the Powerpuff Girls.
Right.
No, like literally make original characters. Like give it the Hancock treatment.
Yeah, make it like the Great Value Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Generic.
Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing tonight?
all right, your throat feeling good and your diaphragm feeling good, bro.
I mean,
You
Good
really
enough.
took one for the team on this script, by the way.
You did. You did.
I hate all of you.
Close up of a man's mouth in jail.
Bubbles Utonium?
On Bubbles in a holding cell. She opens her bloodshot eyes, plastered with sleep. She sits up, looking rough. Reveal Ace beside her. Reveal Ace besides an officer outside the cell. He gives Bubbles a brief, compassionate wave. Bubbles stumbles towards him. As they walk down the hallway, Bubbles vomits. Ace pats her back.
I got some great shots of you freeing all those snakes from the zoo.
They were legless lizard days. Not that it matters.
Powerpuff Girl's house kitchen. Blossom finishes her coffee, sets a cup by the sink. Stay in the kitchen to reveal a mangled green woolly bear. The one Buttercup disposal earlier crawl out of the sink. Powerpuff Girl's entryway. Blossom opens the front door when she hears the phone ring. She stops, looks inside. The red phone. Wasn't it unplugged? Blossom walks over to it. It stops ringing. Confused, she goes upstairs, passing by the green woolly bear, now crawling up the banister. Blossom tiptoeing, Buttercup's side of the bed. Macy's asleep. Buttercup Googling backpacking trips on her phone.
Did you hear a phone ring?
Moody.
Yeah, I think it was the house line. How far do you think $5,000 can get me? Direct flights to Peru.
I know it's stupid, but I can't stop thinking about the creepy guy in the bar. Those yellow eyes.
He probably has liver disease. Look, the spidey sense you're feeling right now, it's part of you that would like to believe that there's evil in this town, because that maybe Dad's not a pathological liar, but, you know, Occam's razor.
Bubbles enter in sunglasses. Buttercup covers her nose as the green woolly bear crawls along Buttercup's wall towards the bed.
I stink. Thank you for your compassion. I'm going back to late now. I'll FaceTime you at Christmas if I'm still alive.
The woolly bear crawling into an ear canal. Oh no, did it finally get Buttercup? Pull back to reveal. Macy, springing out of the bed, possessed. She grabs the bedside table lamp and smashes it on Buttercup's head, then turns toward Blossom, flashing her yellow eyes.
Oh my god! Yellow eyes!
Macy throws down the bookcase. Bubbles attacks her, but Macy manages to duck and throw Bubbles smack into a wall. Bubbles tries to shake off the blow as Macy lifts up the bedside table, about to smash it over Bubbles' head when Buttercup kicks Macy's legs out from under her. Macy falls, hitting her head on the desk chair, this causing the green woolly bear to fly out of her ear. Macy groans. The girl stares at her green woolly bear in awe. Powerpuff Girls home. Drake's lab. The girls examine the woolly bear under a microscope. Blossom dissects it, revealing the wiring and a square metal chip. Whoa. Bubbles.
Whoa! It's a robot! Magic!
This is an AI chipset. The furry hairs on the outside are actually nanofibers, tended to latch into something. I'm guessing a brain.
Moody.
Sorry. How do you know that?
I have a PhD in biotech. Really? You guys didn't know that?
Biotech! Duh!
Of course I knew
Nerd
that.
alert!
Anyway, I think someone engineered these things for mind control. The guy at the bar, Macy, that's why their eyes had the weird yellow glint. They were possessed. Dad was right. Evil is back in Townsville.
Bubbles is stunned. Buttercup is a little skeptical.
Someone puts this thing in Macy to get her to what? Attack us? Because that's a bunk plan.
I don't know. This thing looks pretty damaged. Maybe it misfired.
No, Dad and I were working on a theory. Buttercup, do you remember that girl we met outside the house? Our biggest fan?
The one with the pet caterpillar.
Yeah, that was shady. And we spotted her in my dock footage outside the Kano watching us.
I can't believe this. I really thought Drake made it all up. Like that mom who poisoned her kid for Disney tickets.
So crazy. Like, think bigger.
Suddenly, all three girls get Google alerts on their phone.
Are you guys seeing this?
Blossom turns on the TV. Breaking news banner reads, Townsville erupts in riots. Chaos. Newscaster
The riots
reports.
started moments ago, the cause of which are still unknown.
The girls are in shock as they watch the news footage of citizens destroying Townsville. Match that footage too. The mayor's office. Continueth. The TV is on. Jojo looks in the mirror, deciding between two ties, red or blue. Henrietta opens a window, surrounded by her woolly bear creations.
Just so I'm clear, now, we're gonna loose these woolly bears onto Townsville. Let them crawl into people's brains, then turn their agrometer up to 10.
Exactly. We need a new plan after your idiot worms intercepted the wrong Utonium. Then, after havoc ensues, I'll blame the entire thing on Drake. He'll confess via Woolly Bear that he's drunk with power, blah blah blah. I arrest him, save the day, and Townsville re-elects me as mayor. Fun bonus. Drake rots in prison, and maybe I get to console Blossom.
With that, Jojo picks a red tie. Henrietta sadly watches her woolly bears leave the office out the window in mass.
Goodbye, Karen, Jared, Eric, Melania, Donald, Rudy Giuliani, Ted.
Oh, God. I didn't pick that up when I first read it.
Oh no.
Utonium's house, living room. The girls keep watching TV as the news switches to the press conference. The banner below. Townsville erupts into chaos. Mind-controlling robot. Mayor Mondell speaks.
Citizens, under the control of these malicious robots, are being forced to violently act towards each other with no end in sight. I'm sad to say I believe the fate of my late father was right. This appears to be the work of Professor Drake Utonium.
What?
On TV, news footage of Drake on the rooftop screaming.
Burn Townsville! All must pay!
If you're looking for it, you can see his.
Yellow eyes.
Someone's setting him up!
He needs us now.
Blossom, overwhelmed and terrified by this call to duty. End of Act 4. Townsville streets. Powerpuff Girls drive towards town. The white Puffmobile Sprinter van. Buttercup drives. Blossom's in the front. Bubbles in the back. They pull up to the city center.
I cannot believe we didn't fly.
I'm sorry, you know I can't get on a plane without Xanax.
But you can literally fly. Let's sidebar this.
They get out of the car. We see anarchy in the streets. Cars on fire. Fights breaking out.
They're all possessed. This is like the gathering of the Juggalos.
You've been?
I was paid to appear.
I need to get to Dad.
The girls keep taking it in. People are fighting, shouting, and destroying property. Fire hydrants have been opened. And there's water all over the streets. Near Henrietta, unnoticed by the Powerpuff Girls, strolls along the insanity she's helped to create. She spots the girls and picks up a phone, ducking into an alley.
Okay, they're here. You might want to make that arrest.
Cross-cut phone call. Mayor's office. Jojo on the phone, exhilarated.
All three of them? Even Blossom?
Yep, you'll get to see them kick and scream as their dad gets hauled off to jail, just like you put on your vision board, which should never show anyone, by the way. The gold Lambo is cringe.
Jojo smiles, taking in his moment. When his pet monkey screeches, Jojo frowns, his mood darkening.
No. It is not enough. It's squandered.
Cut out there for a second, Joe.
You cut out there.
Oh, where'd I cut off?
What do you want me to do, Jojo?
Just
You
read
need to start
the
over
line
from
again.
no.
No, it's not enough. I can't squander this opportunity.
What do you want me to do, Jojo?
I want them to know how it feels to watch their father die. New plan.
Townsville City Center. Powerpuff Girls head for Drake. On their way there, they cannot help but notice the mayhem. Bubble stops.
Guys, wait! What about all these people? They need us!
Blossom looks around, conflicted. Buttercup keeps moving, then turns when she sees Blossom and Bubbles haven't moved.
Come on! Saving Dad's life, I get. But playing superhero again?
Buttercup gestures to the fighting and ruin around them.
These are the same Normos that kicked us out of here a decade ago. Why would we help them?
Blossom sighs conflicted. Bubbles sees her wavering.
Blossom, you were the one who always said we should help people no matter what. Remember? You had the biggest, bravest heart of all three of us. That's why you were the leader.
I was the leader because Dad said so.
That is not true. I was designed to be in charge, but you annoying type A ass claimed that role. And you owned it.
Guys, I know everyone here rejected us for semi-misogynistic reasons, but Townsville is our home, and it's getting destroyed. We have to save it. And Dad, this is our chance to show them that they were wrong about us.
Buttercup looks around, taking it in.
Look, I hate this town. I'm 50-50 on Drake. But I've got a hard-on for Mayhem, and it won't go down. I'm in.
Bubble smiles, looks to Blossom. She's shaking.
No, I've done too much work in therapy to go there. I'm a grown woman now. I have degrees and a boyfriend and furniture from West Elm. I'm not a Powerpuff girl.
Blossom starts having a panic attack, then runs off. Bubbles is about to take off after Blossom.
We have to move on.
But Bloss,
We'll do it for her, okay? It's what she wants, even if she can't say it. She was always our conscious.
and I was just the attention whore.
Ha! You were amazing.
Bubbles nods, touch. They take off in the other direction. Townsville, sky. Possessed Drake is still standing on a rooftop. Bubbles and Buttercup observe from a safe distance. Buttercup.
Sorry,
Danny?
I think I had a bleep. I couldn't hear any of y'all for a second there.
Okay.
Okay, so when Macy hit her head, it drove the woolly bear out of her. We need to do something like that, but on a mass scale, without, like...
Killing people, right.
Bubbles looks around. Her eyes land on the spa with an advertisement for laser hair removal. Her eyes light up.
Electrolysis.
I know you don't get the all-natural thing, but now is not the time.
Bubbles flies to the telephone pole and rips out a wire, exposing his frayed end. Buttercup smiles, getting it.
Oh, sick! We're gonna fry him?
No, we're going to lightly shock them, enough to drive the bugs out, but not enough to kill them. Look, they're standing in the water. Help me grab that pole.
They fly over the telephone pole and begin to uproot it. Alley. Blossom sits in the dumpster, breathing exercises. She closes her eyes and opens them, revealing young Blossom.
Why are you hiding?
Can't do this. I just want a normal life. I can't be the hero they want me to be.
To be the hero you want to be. Do it on your terms. You don't have to wear a dress. You don't have to take daddy's notes about being less bossy. And you don't have to spend the rest of your life blaming yourself for mojo. You just have to be true to yourself. Be the person you would have been if no one was telling you what to do.
Blossom considers this. Young Blossom disappears. Suddenly, the ground trembles. Townsville City Center. Buttercup and Bubbles hold the telephone pole above the crowd.
Just touch it to the water, and the shock will spread.
They lower the pole gingerly. A jolt of electricity surges through the teeming mass, and suddenly the flooded street people are knocked out. Then, suddenly... Ayrton.
Sorry, I lost the page. Where are we?
52.
Bottom of page 52.
52.
Well, 53 on the reader, 52 on the page number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
52 on the page number.
Just
Okay.
say, look.
Look!
Woolly bears are crawling out and jumping in people's ears. Bubbles and Buttercup are stoked when...
Hello, Powerpuffs.
Reveal Henrietta on the roof of the building with Drake. The sisters are in midair holding the pole aloft.
I have complete and total power over him. Right, Professor Quacktonium?
Drake nods numbly.
I knew you were a fake fan. Nobody's favorite is Blossom.
Look, I don't know what made you what you want with our dad, but please, let's talk this out. Girl to girl.
You're not a girl. You're a boring grown-up who used to be cool. Hang it up. Start a book club.
Bubbles lets go of the pole, ready to save Drake, when the electric current is too much for Buttercup alone.
Bubbles!
Bubbles sees Buttercup needs her and helps with the pole before it crashes to the ground, but the sisters are stuck.
We can't drop the pole. It'll kill them all.
Let's go for a walk.
Drake obediently walks off the edge of the building and falls off. Bubbles and Buttercup are helpless, holding the pole, screaming. End of Act 5. Act 6, Townsville, day. Drake plummets towards the ground. Buttercup screams. Bubbles watches in terror as Drake falls.
Daddy!
Drake drops faster and faster, 30 feet from the ground, then 20, then 10, when Blossom cuts through the air and scoops him up.
My bitch right there!
Mayor's office. Jojo watches from his window, furious.
No!
Back in the air, Blossom soaks up her hero moment.
Sorry I'm late, Dad, but I had to make peace with an old...
Drake slaps and scratches at Blossom, still possessed.
Stop! Ow! You were so annoying.
Blossom lands in the street with Drake. His fist flying, Blossom punches him in the face. The woolly bear flies out of his ear. Blossom stomps it and Drake moans on the ground.
That was surprisingly cathartic.
Townsville City Center. Bubbles is stomping out all the woolly bears in the street while Blossom lands beside her. Bubble gives her a big hug.
Blossie, you saved the day.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
My babies! My poor babies!
Blossom and Bubbles turn to find Henrietta crouched in the puddle, mourning her woolly bears.
Oops.
Henrietta smiles menacingly, slowly standing up.
Woolly bears, mount up!
The busted woolly bears start to rise and crawl towards Henrietta. She cackles maniacally, then suddenly Henrietta is electrocuted and flies into the building. Hard. Reveal Buttercup with the live wire behind her. The woolly bears slump, ineffectual without Henrietta's leadership.
But way too much.
Buttercup is worried until Henrietta starts coughing. The girls sigh relieved. Buttercup's eyes light up.
Not dead!
Buttercup and Bubbles high-five. Then they hear cheering, and they turn to discover a massive crowd cheering for them. The sisters soak up, feeling more like real heroes again. Drake's
In a
house,
sweeping
day.
reversal of fate, the Powerpuff Girls are beloved in Townsville.
The super bloom surrounds the Utonium home. Townsville residents swing by, leaving gifts. A huge sign is hung across the front lawn. Thank you, Powerpuff Girls. Blossom's
The town is
bedroom.
pleading... Pardon me.
Go ahead.
The town is pleading for the girls to return permanently, but the sisters have yet to comment.
Pan from the TV to Blossom standing in the window. She admires signs outside and watches the Bitmoji. 5 Bitmoji. Look, I get it. It's a cool opportunity. I just love our life together. I don't want to ask you to turn it down, but I hope you do. Sorry, doing this on Bitmoji was a stupid idea. Love you. Blossom sighs and notices something outside. Blossom opens the front door as someone walks away.
Jojo?
Jojo turns,
Hey,
smiles shyly at
I was
Blossom.
just leaving you guys a little token of my appreciation.
Buttercup looks out the window watching them.
Bubba, come here!
Bubbles joins at the window.
Whoa. What?
Intercut with Blossom picks up Jojo's gifts. It's an action figure of her. The one we saw Jojo holding in the teaser.
Wow, where'd you get this?
Actually bought it when I was behind my dad's back when I was a kid. I had to hide it under the bed like porn. Not because I did anything creepy with it, just because he hated you.
Oh my god, this is brutal!
No, yeah, I got that. I remember. I'm so sorry, Jojo.
It was an accident. Speaking of, I'm sorry about falsely accusing your dad of mass terrorism.
Yeah, real egg on your face, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I guess we're even. I mean, we're not even nowhere close. I mean, don't worry.
Is she flirting? Girl.
Do you think you guys are going to stay?
I don't know. We have to talk it out.
Well, I hope you do.
Jojo, why don't
Jojo
you
starts to
hate
walk
me?
away.
Just reread Blossom's line.
Let me reread that. Jojo, why don't you hate me?
It's not for lack of trying. Night.
Blossom watches Jojo go, oddly drawn to him.
Classic hate boner.
In the Utonium dining room, the sisters talk to each other, telling Drake a story. Their energy is magnetic and warm, like old times.
So, Dad, I come up here behind her and I zap her. She flies like 20 feet and splats into a wall.
They all crack up. Drake slaps his knee.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Good thing they caught her. You know she murdered her parents.
Really? Good gosh.
So, have you girls thought about whether or not you want to stay in Townsville?
The girls look to each other quiet. Blossom's about to speak when Drake cuts her off.
Before you answer, I just want to say I know you are individuals with full lives and aspirations, so if picking up your old mantle doesn't feel like your life anymore, I want you to honor that.
The girls are shocked by Drake's uncharacteristic clarity. Excuse me.
We sure we got that bug out?
Sarah called me, which I know wasn't easy for her, and mentioned that I sometimes don't express to you girls that I see you as full people.
I said that too, Jerry Orbeck.
You're my daughter's first, and your happiness is all that matters.
You and Sarah talk? You know she still has a crush on you.
We'll discuss Sarah later. For now, you girls need to make a decision. If you need me, I'll be in my lab.
Drake leaves. A beat.
Are we really doing this?
I'd be giving up my whole life. A job, a great guy that loves me.
I'd be giving up Hollywood. It was my dream. I probably looked pathetic to you guys, but
You didn't.
I'm giving up backyard chickens. I mean, a lot of the stuff too, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it. What about you guys?
They share nervous glances. Blossom, the most conflicted.
grew up in a small town. And when the rain fell down, I just stare out my window.
Buttercup smiled,
Dreaming.
joining in.
Dreaming
of what
of
could
what
have been, and if I'd end up
And
happy,
if I'd end up happy, I would pray,
pray
that we
could
could
break
break away.
away.
They both stop singing and look at Blossom. Is she in or not? Blossom looks pained, shakes her head. Buttercup and Bubble share a disappointed nod, a silent beat, and then
I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky.
It was a fake out.
Let us fly.
Buttercup and Bubbles are thrilled. They join singing in each other's faces. Visceral. It's a complete return to childhood.
I'll make a wish, then take it
I'll make a
away.
wish, take a chance, and
Change.
change
And break away.
Powerpuff Girls home. Drake's lab. Drake hears the girl singing upstairs and smiles. He peers into a microscope examining the defunct Woolly Bear robot. He's doing more than just examining it. He's reprogramming it. Repairing it. The bot wriggles back to life. Drake smiles. He walks to a cabinet, revealing a hidden door, opens it and walks inside. Lights flicker on in a secret lab. Drake places the bot in a glass cage, surrounded by other mysterious specimens. As he exits, he looks at the picture on the wall of himself, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom as young girls, and then looks at them guilt. Utonium's house, night. Closed on 2000 action figure of Blossom. The girls continue to scream, sing, and dance in the background. Mojo's observatory, a camera feed that Jojo watches. His action figure has a secret camera inside. A scowl on his face, his pet monkey watches the feed beside him, eating a banana.
Oh, find another way to win re-election. We took them out once. We can do it again. Right, Dad?
The monkey screeches with fervor as we cut to black. The end.
But by the way, I told you by the end of the script I'd have the picture for you. Check out the show suggestions.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
But by the way, I've just got to say, bravo, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo. You guys did great.
So Ayrton, how much did
I just been sitting here patiently waiting for somebody to pay me a compliment. Jeez.
Oh, that voice was smooth and silk.
I do love the Colonel as Professor Utonian. That was good.
Yeah. So
why,
Ayrton,
why did you go Colonel Sanders?
Why wouldn't you?
Because I was trying to do Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, and it just kind of ended there.
So Ayrton, how much did singing like Alex Jones hurt you as a musician?
I think I'm going to release a whole album actually like that.
Ayrton, trying to match
Don't stop believing. What is that feeling? Yeah.
It is impossible to match Ayrton's meter when he is singing.
I mean, I don't understand why they didn't just run this pilot episode. It's great.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, I expected a lot more chicanery.
I really feel they dropped it because this isn't CW. This is Disney Channel.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think I mentioned this privately, but I think it's brilliant marketing. This is the first television show pilot that I've read that I can actively say is marketed towards e-whores. Like this is.
I'd say
marketed-
honestly, it was a mistake reading this.
No, that is still true.
No, it was an actual mistake reading this because now when this show actually does come out, I'm going to watch the first episode.
Right? And then you're gonna be like, Ayrton did it better as Bubbles.
Wait a minute.
Why doesn't this guy have a Colonel Sanders?
Dillard, does this mean that we have to reconvene as a group and like group watch the first episode?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly what that
God
means.
damn it!
Yeah, don't watch me. By the way, Danielle, why did you read all your lines like you were working a sex phone hotline?
Because Cerebellum was like the most Rule 34 character from Powerpuff Girls ever.
For sure.
The very admission that Cerebellum has eyes breaks my immersion with this show.
Right?
Like I was about to send you $9.99 an hour for reading.
All the time while she was reading, I was just picturing that it was only framing just her ass and butt the whole time.
Right, yeah.
It was the first thing that came to my head when I started reading. So
No, it was fantastic.
I actually think I probably should have let Danielle read like Kid Bubbles, but like my room was just like, no, I can be super chipper. I need to jump on this line because JoJo doesn't have enough lines throughout the whole episode to not look like I was just half-assing it.
Are you surprised how quickly I managed to get you your relapse time meme?
That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. I want a T-shirt.
I also want like a T-shirt or a button or just like a poster to put on the wall. This is
I'm amazed at how fast you were able to register that trademark.
I can straight up make T-shirts of this and will.
If you want it, I can make you one at a higher resolution that'll print a little better.
Oh, yeah. Just give
guys,
me this. I can make it work.
No, you guys know the douchebag flags that people put off the back of motorcycles or like really good pickup trucks? I want one of those of this to put off the back of my bug.
You have long been debating whether or not to have Church of Failure merch for the
Yeah.
gospel.
Yeah.
I posit you got some now. I think
Yeah,
this would be successful merch.
This is it.
This is the first. This is the first T-shirt mug.
If you can get this to me for
Opportunity.
under $27 shipped, I'll buy it.
Okay.
Dude,
Oh,
would.
I work at a company that prints T-shirts, Dillard. Of course, I can get this to you for $27 shipped.
Oh yeah,
That-
no,
that
no.
would- That would be the height of irony to have like a
I'll-
little coffee cup.
I'll make $23 profit on that, Dillard. I'll take that margin.
I swear, this is the only reason why Joe lets me play in his tabletop game, because I produce a meme by the end of every game.
That's fantastic.
Well, no, I think there are other reasons that I hang out with you.
But no, everyone did
although-
great. Like I've got to say, I did not expect it to go this smoothly.
As soon as we all realized this is what we needed to do, I knew this was going to be special.
Well,
Yeah,
I also
I actually pulled the script up beforehand, and I went and highlighted all my lines so I knew where they were.
You know, if I hadn't jumped in just today, I would have thought you guys had a rehearsal before this. So, well done. Well done.
No, well, we did have a meeting to talk about how we were going to do this, but we didn't rehearse.
No.
And Ayrton didn't show up.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop you there, Church.
I mean, we had a meeting, but all you did was talk about cryptocurrency.
That was not a meeting. That was a conspiracy planning session. That's what that was.
Well, I mean, again, Ayrton knew his part, what he needed to do, and he did damage to himself talking like Alex Jones.
Well, well, the thing was, he was against the idea of doing it at all. So I just committed him to being Bubbles, and then he said he was going to do it in Alex Jones. That was all on him.
Yeah, you know, it started as a meme, and then I was telling people about it, and they're like, "Yes, I have to do this." And by the way, I was so ready to jump in as the mayor at the beginning there and do Bill Clinton. I don't know who who else jumped in at the same time, but
Yet again, I was going to do the mayor from the actual cartoon because you know that little guy was always funny to me.
The narrator
You
just
guys,
fell
you guys,
off.
couldn't decide, so I just kind of hopped in and did the Mayor Quimby.
Mayor Quimby was a great idea.
Yeah, Mayor Quimby was fantastic. I hate that the narrator fell off. Like after the beginning of the show, there was just no more narrator.
I know. It was like 2 acts in, and then the narrator just disappeared.
I think in the scheme of missed opportunities, if you're going to have a Powerpuff Girls show and you don't end with the narrator saying, "And the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls,"
You made a horrible mistake.
You have fundamentally failed a Powerpuff Girls show.
Also, what they should have done is ended the show on Cerebellum, and then of course you only shoot her from like the butt down, right? But then they pan out, and then there's literally nothing above her ass.
So,
like it's just like even her house.
In the script, dude. Like, it doesn't say that in the script. Like, what if they're having the conversation on the phone and it is just her head cut off and she's talking on the phone?
So let me tell you about the wonderful writing team for this show. Somebody wrote for the series Falling Skies, the TV series Sleepy Hollow, the TV series iZombie, Smilf.
Hey, you guys
wrote-
carry it for a second. I'm gonna go grab a cigarette.
And she wrote 2 episodes of the Veronica Mars reboot series.
Oh my
That's one writer.
Oh Jesus! I want to die already. Carry on.
And the other writer, wait a second here, and also no, not Ta-Nehisi Coates. It was somebody even worse.
I mean, that would actually be better.
Is Diablo Cody, who wrote this. She wrote the Untitled Diablo Cody HBO project, the Untitled Madonna biopic, the TV movie So Much, Tully, Raised by Wolves, which is not so good. One Mississippi, Ricky and Flash. She wrote the TV series Children's Hospital. She wrote 2 episodes. Paradise, The Magic Bracelet, Young Adult, Red Band trailer hosted by Diablo Cody.
God damn.
The United States of Terra, she was the creator and wrote 36 episodes of that. And her big claim to fame is she wrote Juno.
This guy writer was a tour de force.
All right, so let's be clear here.
Uh,
You have one person with an eclectic range of titles, mostly in the light comedy.
What are you,
section,
jealous?
right?
No.
And then the other author, someone who has done a lot of shitty third tier crime drama X-Files knockoffs.
Yes.
These are not writers who should be on this program. This is not a good combination for a superhero comedy.
It's not a $90 million Powerpuff Girls cinema film. It's a TV show.
Now,
Well, I get that, but I'm just saying, it's like one end is way too serious, the other end is just not.
Wait, it gets better.
Not, like, cohesive.
It gets better. The director for the pilot also directed Dr. Death, The Brides, Dirty John, Katie Keene, Impulse, What If, for the Marvel TV. She did an episode of that. She also did Riverdale, The Gifted, Night Flyers, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Insatiable, 911, Gate 7, American Horror Story, Caring, Scream Queen's Guidance, Caught, Dial a Prayer, The Brightest Star, Down the Shore, and Some Boys Don't Leave.
Man, what are we looking at? Joseph McKeever's vision board? Damn.
Right.
No, I would have done this good. No, the thing that I find interesting is that not only does this have direct connections to Riverdale, which was its most immediate comparison and a bad idea, right?
Okay.
But wait a minute, this person has like 3 major horror credits.
Yeah.
That's the person you have direct a family-friendly teen drama comedy?
Yeah. That's the decision they made.
all I want to know is what leaked script are we gonna read through next? Maybe Colin Trevorrow's Star Wars episode.
I definitely want to do this again because this was fun.
This was very fun. Thoroughly enjoyed this.
I wouldn't say let's do this every week. I think we need to
we need something special. And this was clearly special.
I think
we should have fans submit like different fan fictions.
I mean, we could do that.
Oh yeah, we need to do that. We need to go to that website that has all those people that create fanfics for their pony and their fursonas, and just read those out loud.
Yes.
We'd have to, do some quality control because there's some things that are a little difficult to read from there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I totally want to start reading fanfics. That is amazing.
I reiterate. So you're saying it's unfair if I submit.
Well, I didn't say that.
Because
I can just make a fanfic.
We want to read dog shit stuff. Come on now.
Yeah, Joseph, we want to read something else this year. We can't wait for you to finish the script.
Before you blow him off, you might want to remember he's the one who submitted this one to us.
That's true. I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted earlier.
I hate to say.
Hold on.
Our man RuneKnight has editor skills.
Well, our man RuneKnight made this happen.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
So,
if anyone's asking, the blame is mine. Church is innocent.
No, Church is not going to claim innocence after allowing all this nonsense to happen.
No.
But
no, it was my idea. But my boy Rune provided the content.
The responsibility to Joseph. Get it?
And by the way, okay, I just want to point out when we first started talking about this, I had only seen a few screenshots of like some of the pages.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna read like 10 pages, do it kind of like stupid and like laugh at it and ridicule it and get onto our normal show. Then Rune sends us the goddamn full 61-page fucking script, and I'm sitting there going like, Okay, where did I put the suicide prevention hotline number?
like I said, man, I grabbed it before they could copyright strike it because nobody.
They actually did copyright strike it.
No, they did, and that's like I knew they were gonna do it before they ever did it. I saw it and I'm like, this is the perfect storm. I need to grab this before it's gone.
And also, YouTube has not hit this, so
No, the stream's still up.
I don't think the bots are capable of realizing what we're doing, and also this is probably protected parody and satire.
Yeah.
And if anything, we'll get taken down for having Alex Jones on the show.
This is fair use for sure.
Oof.
Well, because I never showed the script on camera.
I just want to
church.
Yeah.
Send me the audio to this. I
Yeah,
have some ideas.
I've got the recording.
Stuff. Cool.
I've got the recording, so we're good.
So wait a minute. Does this mean, Ayrton, that you are now going to be immortalized in usable vocal data for the bot?
Yes.
For the Alex Jones bot, yeah.
Yeah, well, because I absolutely want to be in a future Gospel of Comics, and just hear the bot go, "Daddy."
Basically, somebody would just have to clip that out. But yeah, that's definitely a thing that could happen.
Can someone go through here and do an audio clip of me of him yelling, "It's relapse time, please"?
Please.
Yes.
I'll pull that out for you. I'll pull it out and send it to you, Moody.
Thank you.
We'll also add it as a
Do you want me to
soundboard
make
clip.
it like a ringtone or something for you?
It could be
Well,
like
you
a
just need-
text tone. Like
Yeah,
a
we just need an
notification tone.
MP3. We can do all the rest because we're tech savvy, unlike you, Aaron.
I will be setting that as a ring dial for somebody.
Yeah. I'll just set it as a general alert on my iPad, so anytime somebody messages me something while I'm at work, it'll just say, "It's relapse time!"
It's your alarm to remind you when you have show.
Oh, no, Ayrton, what you have to do, your mission, should you choose
Okay.
to accept it, Moody, I think you'll appreciate this,
Should
is you should have to take the "It's relapse time" soundbite and superimpose it over the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers "It's Morphin Time" theme.
I'll see what I can do.
I think there's somewhere a video of the Green Ranger smoking a bong to summon the Dragon Megazord.
Yes, of course there is.
No, I have seen that because the Green Ranger smokes the bong,
He had the flute
summons
dagger.
the Dragon Zord, and then he's dancing in like a shitty apartment and slapping some chick on the ass, like with right hand, backhand type swing.
I need this
It's
video.
hilarious.
I think this is going to be our new opening montage.
I weirdly think that the CW made a mistake canceling the show because this show totally could have been carried by memes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They could have.
Hey, Church, I got to get out of here. I got
All right,
a
buddy.
party for my father-in-law that I got to still get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I got
All right,
stuff
buddy.
to do.
All right, man.
But thanks for having me, and I
Hey,
can't wait to do
definitely.
this again.
Yeah,
Oh,
next
thank-
time.
thanks
We'll
for
definitely have you
having me,
back.
man.
It's also
All right,
about
peace out, guys.
midnight here, and I'm actually going to go to sleep. It's actually to midnight.
Well, before you go,
Well, I said I was going first, so you got to hang out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go, Taylor. But I have a question for you, Larry, before you disperse.
Yes.
As everybody's here, so it's a good time. So while I was doing my read, Church,
Yeah.
Larry and I were talking, and we were talking about this absolutely troubled game he's in.
Yes.
Is a polite way to put it. And talking about it was keeping me sane because otherwise I was going to go commit a murder.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna go suicide by
We're
cop.
off the air, right?
No.
No.
No, this is live. This is live.
This is
No,
Oh, we're
live
at
on
midnight
YouTube.
now, so we're done. We're
Good
done
night,
now.
everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just really